To this day, I can still tell you exactly what the neighbors were doing on the day that I arrived at my first foster home. It was that traumatic for me. My brother put it into words quite nicely. He said that in one weekend, his entire world was flipped upside down. But come Monday, he was expected to act like everything was normal. And it wasn't.
I didn't even know that they were going to cut me off, because I know that you can actually be on it till you're 21. It was heartbreaking because I relied so much from ages 6 until I was 18 on this organization, and to have them, pretty much just almost like they're kicking me from underneath my feet, and it's like I'm falling on my butt because I don't know what to do. And you don't realize how much you really need it until it's gone. They're the invisible youth. There's really not much services. If they're aging out or they're homeless or they have a child, they need that extra family support that I think in our traditional communities there has been that support, but out here it's not there.
I think this project is important because there is a huge lack of safe spaces for youth to go after they've aged out, and it's so important to have a community, a safe and healthy community for them, so they do feel like they're supported, that there's people out there that care about them and value their lives.
The program was, at least as it was described to me, it was designed for people who were aging out of care or going to be aging out of care. And by care, I do mean foster care. And it was designed to help people go through that transition in a healthy way, because sometimes it can be a very big step forward in life, and it can come with a lot of complications that just make it all kinds of difficult.
There really isn't the support for them. So they come here with that sense, and this is a place where they can be heard. This is a place that they're safe. This is a place that they're going to eat. This is where they can get the help and the support and no judgment.
Before, I never really knew a lot of other kids in care or Aboriginals. I kind of felt like I was by myself in like the whole entire world. I think it really helps me because right away I was basically accepted into the group. I felt like I belonged, and I don't usually feel like I belong in a lot of places.
My understanding is we always hold hands. We always form that circle around family members. So that's what I see this group doing, is becoming the family.
In the beginning of the sessions, we tried to do a lot of work around, first of all, creating a safe space, but then also going a little deeper into what our views on healthy relationships are, on surviving day-to-day stresses, on cultural identities. And it was interesting because we had all these workshops planned, but the way it unfolded was basically just a conversation. And the wisdom that came from the youth was pretty astounding.
Every single person who came had a bit of a role to play in what was talked about, what would be talked about. We all sort of had some say in just the general direction that it would go. And I thought that that was amazing, because most other programs that I've been a part of, they're pre-designed for us, and we don't really get to choose what goes on.
A lot of the time, what these youth were asking for was just a place to come and share a meal and talk and hang out and express what their concerns are and have someone to listen to them and be compassionate.
But yeah, it was just nice having someone to actually listen to what I thought I needed or did need. I think that being able to listen to what people need is definitely gonna help others who want to run a program similar to this.
The grant that we wrote was called the Rite of Passage Program. In my work, it's based on the idea of intergenerational resilience, and I've studied the effects of not having rites of passage ceremonies and what the effects are with youth developmentally. Studies have shown that cultural resources and trauma interventions have a far better success rates than clinical and more Western approaches. So we really wanted to focus on the cultural side because, first of all, a lot of these youth had never even had access to their culture. Secondly, it's such a huge part of their development. So that's usually when the community would wrap around a youth and honor them for their gift that they'd been given by the Creator and what gifts that they were going to offer the community. They'd be given their traditional names and colors. So we just wanted to do something that kind of mimicked those ceremonies. And because we were on Kwantlen First Nation territory, we followed their protocols. And so their protocols are standing up youth on blankets. Traditionally would have been cedar boughs. And that represents the beginning of their new journey as adults. I wanted to do this tonight to honor your journey in life. You've come this far. I know you've all been through really hard times at one point or another. And I want to work together to find healthy ways of looking after ourselves as we move forward. And to know that our lives are sacred. Right? Creator gave us this gift of life. And it's up to us to look after it and work together and build community so we make sure that we can walk forward in a good way. So that's all I have to say tonight. But, I just want to honor you all and say that I really respect you all and that I'm thankful that you're in my lives. We were generously given funding from the Vancouver Foundation to run the program, but it was a finite project. So it was to have a group where we could learn about healthy transitioning and also have the rite of passage ceremony. But it's just been amazing how much the youth responded and how they want to keep it going. So they have told me that they're willing to do bake sales and car washes and 50-50 draws and whatever it takes to keep the group going. So that to me speaks volumes about how much this is needed in our urban centers.
Specifically, the program has helped me connect more with my heritage. When I was growing up, I didn't really have a lot of connection or ties to my native ancestry. It was nice to finally have something that did, in a way, tie me to that.
I've noticed that I've opened up a lot more. Before I was kind of closed off. I was more just focused on my schooling. I wasn't really speaking to many people. I do suffer from ADHD, and being in recovery, it's really difficult for me sometimes because I'm not very social. So I find it really was helpful in that regard.
I feel like it's just a very good program. Like my dad came in yesterday, he saw the mural that we're doing, and he was just really proud of me. I never really felt like they were proud of me before. And now that I heard it, it's kind of really nice. And this group has helped with that. I don't think I would change it or have my life any other way, because it's helping a lot and changing me significantly, and it's helping me cope with a lot of things, and it's just a good thing.
The other thing that really was a focal point for me was to help youth understand that in our teachings, life is very sacred and our lives are very beautiful. And it's hard for them to see that sometimes, and it's really understandable, but that's the bridge that I'm hoping to create with this project, and for that to continue on. And it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, and these programs can't just be cut off, because this is something that is going to be a lifelong process for a lot of these youth.